going over responding to the cool feedback. I like Marcia's idea about having the students enter their hypothesis from the beginning, and I'm thinking I could even use an app called Socrative and have them poll, because it was so yes or no, like do you think it will be longest or shortest at noon per se. So if I just put up a poll and they submit
what will happen
via their phone, we just, check this for shortest, this for longest, and just kind of get like an idea of what they're thinking from the beginning. It'd be kind of cool and interactive for them to see like who's on what side of the fence, and then obviously at the end maybe do it again or do some feedback questions that way. More accurate readings with Southeast, Southwest. Yes. Based on the date, I should have had them look for. Well, actually, at noon it's always south. But when you said Southeast, Southwest, so we addressed in the classroom, that setup should have been a parallel with the date of the year that we were seeing outside. So instead of having the sun rise in the east, it was due east in the setup of the classroom. It should have been south of east, or veering toward that because it was November. Outdoor. So yeah, I'm comfortable addressing a few students at a time because that's how my labs run and that's how group work runs. They're always doing stations of group work in my room, and I very rarely stand at the front and address the whole group. So they're comfortable, I'm comfortable, and it's the expectation that they perform to their standard, even though I'm not over their shoulder. I can't do that with the other groups though. So when I do bring my other groups outside that aren't regents, we usually do more of like a station approach. So they have a task and they're moving, and I usually have a TA with me. So there's another pair of eyes with that group. Indoor model, I tried to get them in the gym, and because that's a longer setup.
I was wondering.
And I ran in the gym, that day to look for outlets, and there's no outlets along the wall. So I would have loved to have them each do in bigger groups, because it's tough to have a lot of shadows playing around the same space. But I would have loved to have groups of 5 even, to have only 5 setups with an outlet and a long gym floor or a hallway or something. But we were restricted on outlets, unfortunately. So maybe I could make it dark next time and have them use their cell phone light or something. And give them all a different hallway of the school, just to measure the long shadow. But I do like the authenticity of having real data, because obviously it's more tangible and applicable. So the only thing is my morning class isn't that early. It's like 11 and then 1. So there's not much of a difference.
So the positive though, relating back to the research, the positive to this is though, actually discussing with the kids the difference between creating a model with a light and doing the information data in a classroom and then going outside and actually having that. It's like metacognition. Which way do you think that you made better references or better meaning of the material that we just learned, which was better for you? And the metacognition of the real world application is probably, I don't know, I would assume that most of them would come to that conclusion. So maybe it's not so bad that you do an indoor model. We can't be outside all the time.
Right. Yeah, they're out a lot. They've gone out, 5, 6, 7 times already this year, but
I like heat
it's
in the winter.
restricting.
I don't want to be outside.
Well, model building is also a big part of
GSS.
GSS. We use models everywhere. So.
Right.
So it's actually really nice for them to have something to compare to.
But if I could have had several setups, because that was the toughest.
That's why
I was just standing there it's
I'm
not
watching. I'm like, oh my god.
She was really close to
yeah. It's not but you can't have more than one light at a time, because you can't have shadows cutting into shadows. And that was explained during the class. I cut it so short because it was just they were all doing their own thing. But I would have liked to. It was hard to know that they were all engaged in that setting, because there was one setup and they were all required. Taking their data, they were fine. But how many kids are going to run a meter stick and measure the shadow? 40 at most. So there's a class of 20 something. So doing hallway or something next time would be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now are we up to the Form 5? So we all have to fill this out. I don't think we have to have the video on while we're filling it out.
No.
Okay.